This is the Invisible War. They control everything. Part 2.
The invisible war does not stay invisible forever. Sooner or later, it shows itself. In streets, in borders, in broken economies, and in broken lives. This is where pressure becomes pain and strategy becomes suffering. For decades, powerful countries have tried to shape the world in their image. Sometimes with diplomacy, sometimes with money, sometimes with force, and sometimes by trying to change who rules a nation. Iran is one of those examples. For years, pressure was applied: sanctions, isolation, information warfare. Predictions of collapse were repeated again and again. But regime change did not come. Not because pressure was weak, but because power does not work the same everywhere. Iran showed something important to the world, that not every system breaks from the outside. And that resistance, political, cultural, and economic, can slow even the strongest forces. This failure sent a message that control is not guaranteed, that influence has limits, and that forcing change can sometimes create the opposite result. Now look elsewhere. Powerful countries do not only compete with enemies, they compete with each other. America, China, Russia. Each claims stability, each claims security, each claims to defend a better future. But each also wants influence, trade routes, resources, allies, narratives. The world becomes a stage, and smaller countries are asked to perform. Some are rewarded, some are punished, some are pressured until they bend. Economic tools replaced armies. Sanctions can collapse currencies. Loans can shape policies. Minority can decide who speaks and who disappears. A country does not need to be invaded to be controlled. It only needs to depend. But this power game has consequences. When every major power tries to pull the world in its direction, tension becomes permanent. Conflicts freeze instead of ending. Crises repeat instead of resolving. People grow tired. Distrust grows. What we are witnessing is not chaos without reason. It is competition without agreement. A world where no single power fully controls the system, but every power tries. And in this struggle, something changes. Countries begin to question, to diversify, to resist pressure quietly. New alliances form, old loyalties weaken. The world slowly shifts from one center of power to many competing centers. This is not the end of control, but it may be the end of total control. The question now is not who rules the world, but how long the world will accept being ruled this way. Because when pressure fails and force creates resistance, a new phase begins. And in the next part, we look at that future. A future where power is fragmented, truth is contested, and the role of ordinary people becomes more important than ever.
Watch the full documentary. Follow our channel, The End Process, to continue the series.